I am the king, and my crown covers the back of my head. Bubbles. Bubbles. I can take something this thin and make it this thick. All I have to do is separate the center and put air in it. Trying to think. Trying to think. I'm going to go to numbers over here. Now, I just keep bringing out numbers and bringing out ideas, and one day we're going to all put together this. You see what happens by me coming here and talking to myself and bringing out all this information that people, can you put it together? Can you understand what's actually going on? So what I do is put pieces and parts out here. One day we bring this all together in a formation, bring all the pieces and parts, and then start putting them together, see if they make any sense. So in one of the pieces and parts, we have the ace sun, and we have the city bypass road, which has now been exchanged inside the orange sun. The 13 ball in pool and the 5 ball in pool is created by the 30 days and 4 months of 30 days through Mars. And the reason I say this is because the word DAY, D4, A1, Y25 equals 30. 4 times 6 by 5 is 30 times 4. 120. If you add up 1 to 15, it equals 120. The total here is 15. I added here, and we get 135. The 13 ball in pool is orange, and so is the 5 ball in pool. 1 and 3 equals to 4. Again, we have 5 and 4. Here we don't have 5 and 4. We have just a regular 6 and 6. So should I take this calculation a little bit deeper and create 36 and 12 equaling to 48? 48, the words Sun and Pluto come together. So we have the Sun of Pluto. Bar the 6. When you bar the 6, you keep at the cap. You keep at the cap. I don't know if I have this in a design, but you keep at the cap, the 7th gate, through gematria and numbers. If you go look up what gematria is, it's actually this. I'm not finished with the design yet. I'm not really sure. I keep throwing out papers, but if you look, you can almost walk up the steps up to a certain level until you can't walk anymore. We have the separation of 4 and the separation of 2. Where you see the separation of 2 or number 8, here's 88, and here's the 8. The 8 is a combination of multiple designs put together where the end result is a 0 and another 0 on top of each other. This is 77. Over here we have 13 and 14, 1 and 3 and 1 and 4, equaling to 4 and 5 and 4 and 5, 55 and 44. The word space is 44. The numeric value for 55 comes from the half-life calculated off the cube. 6 opposite of, where is that? 6 opposite of 1 creates the half-life. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 equals to 7 and 6. Now when we take out this roulette wheel and we look, we will see 1776, or a total of 57, and the complete opposite side of the same numeric values, we will have 21, 35, 66, and 9. That's right, and root 66 is the coming to birth of 9. 66 and 9, 57, 75, or 77 times 75. There's a few more calculations in this. The numeric value for this is 7 times 5, 35, and 7 plus 5. So that would become 8. 7 times 5 equals 35. 5 plus 3 equals 8. 5 plus 7 equals 12. 1 and 2 is 3. So now we have 3 and 8, 11. I have been off for 15 minutes now before I came back to finish the video. And here are the numbers. 77, which represents one of the representations, and there are many if you look it up online in the numbers. 7 and 7 is 5. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. The 14th letter is N. And you can tell the 14th letter is N. Here's your N letter. Here's that line for your N letter. Here's your line for your Z letter. 5 and 3. 7 times 5 is 35. 5 and 3. Minus and plus, 47 and 23. Add them up, it's 70 and 24. The both of them, when you add them up, becomes 7 and 3, becomes 10, becomes 1. 2 and 4 becomes 6. 6 and 1 is the half-life. This here, electric company, 3 and 7 is 10. 5 and 5 is 10, equals to 1 and 1. Equals to 1 and 1. This outside rim here, 1 and 1. It is not the same 1 and 1 as when I hold it this way. When it's held this way, this value is the 7th value. When I hold them this way, the value over here becomes, sorry, when I hold it this way, this week becomes the M and the N. The M and the N. When I hold it this way, this becomes the M and the N. This value over here is actually the numeric value of 7. I think I should be writing this down. So we're going to maybe put it on pause before I continue. Cycle of the moon, Jesus Christ, and time. If I understand correctly, as well, the 23rd President of the United States, was that Harrelson? The 25th was McKinley, and in between was Grover Cleveland. The next presidency is 46, and the separation of the new beginning starts over here, number 46, 47, according to this calculation. Now, if you multiply this by 123 times 47, it'll equal to 5781. And if that was Hebrew time, that would be this coming Passover, this coming Rosh Hashanah, and that would be the end of the long cycle since Abraham. The calculation over here, 77 times 75, 75 times 75 plus 75 and 75. 7 and 7 is 14. EEE. Freedom 55. You ever hear of the company? Freedom 55. That's where I use that, but it comes in 77 to create it. 7 times 7, 7 plus 7 equals to 49. 7 plus 7 is 14 equals to 63 equals to 9. So that would create 595. Anyways, to end it, the video off, what I did is 7 and 7 is 14. 7 and 5 is 12, creating 5 and 12 again. E-world creation. 2 times, 3 times, and 4 times this number. 28, 42, 56. Cycle of the moon, communication. And this one would be the opposite of 1 and 2. Creation again. But this is Yo for the creation of Earth and Mars. Through Neptune, through the water worlds. Why do I say this? Boy, it's a long explanation when I don't write it down. The reverse of 56 is 1 and 2. 5 and 6, when you play the game of craps, they're always saying Yo, 11. Yo, the Y is the 25th letter. O is the 15th letter. 15 equals to Mars. 25 equals to Earth. The total of 52 and 51 is 103, which is the numeric value for Mercury. All zeros equal 6. We now have 613. 613 laws of Moses. I'm weaving the greatness of the bigger web, one patch at a time. So if you didn't understand at this point, it does not matter. I just have to keep sharing these pieces and parts until we sew the entire deal together. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus.